I'm about to prank my family with this. It's small, but it is easily one of the most powerful hacking devices I've ever held in my hand. I'm going to hide it right here in the corner behind these plants. From this spot, it has a direct line of sight to every device in this room. They'll never even know it's there. Now I'm using my phone as a remote trigger. My family is just relaxing on the sofa, and their phone is sitting right there on the table, completely locked and supposedly safe. But I'm about to prove that locked doesn't mean secure. Initiating the sequence now. 3, 2, 1. Watch the table.
Look at that! The phone wakes up on its own. It's bypassing the lock screen, it's opening the browser, and it's navigating to a very specific URL. My family member is starting to notice. They think the phone is possessed. They're leaning in, they want to see what's playing, and got 'em! That was way too easy. If you want to know how this tiny device just hijacked a smartphone wirelessly, stick around, because we're diving deep into the tech behind the prank. What you just saw is the true power of this $20 device. This is the M5StickC Plus 2, and when paired with the Bruce Firmware, it becomes a pocket-sized Swiss Army knife for red teaming. Before we look at more attacks, let's talk about the hardware that makes this possible. Processor: ESP32 Pico V302, dual core, up to 240 MHz. Memory: 8 MB flash plus 2 MB piece RAM, essential for running heavy frameworks like Bruce. Connectivity: built-in 2.4 GHz Wi-Fi and Bluetooth. Display: a sharp 1.14-inch TFT color screen. The extras: 6-axis IMU, built-in mic, and a powerful infrared transmitter. Power: 200 mAh rechargeable battery with a Type-C port and an RTC chip for a real-time clock. It has 3 tactile buttons for easy menu navigation. Out of the box, it's a Wi-Fi beast, but the real magic is in the GPIO pins. You can plug in cheap modules for RF, CC1101, NRF24, or external Bluetooth hacking to match the full capabilities of a Flipper Zero. The hardware is great, but the software is what makes it a hacking device. You can flash frameworks like Nemo, CatHack, or Marauder, but today we are using Bruce. Bruce is a modular toolkit that turns this tiny orange stick into a Swiss Army knife for red teaming. Let me show you how to get it installed properly. First, head over to the official Bruce webpage. To flash the latest firmware, we need to put the device into download mode. This is a crucial step. Take a small jumper wire, connect one end to GND and the other to G0. With the jumper connected, plug the M5 stick into your computer. The device should not start up automatically. That's how you know you've entered the bootloader correctly. Once it's plugged in, you can remove the jumper wire. On the website, ensure the latest Bruce version is selected. Select M5StickC as the manufacturer and M5StickC Plus 2 as the device. Click Connect to Device. A browser window will pop up. Select your device, likely labeled as USB Single Serial or COM6, and hit Connect. Now select Install M5StickC Plus 2. Make sure you tick the Erase Device option. This clears old data to ensure a clean install. Click Next and wait. The flasher will automatically erase and install the Bruce firmware. The M5 stick reboots, showing the Bruce the Shark logo. And there we go! Bruce is now running on the StickC Plus 2. Before we dive into the specific features and more demos, a quick reminder. This video is for educational and security testing purposes only. Never use these tools on networks or devices you do not own. I cannot stress this enough. The demonstrations you are about to see were performed in a strictly controlled, isolated laboratory environment on networks and devices that I explicitly own. Using a deauthor or capturing credentials on a network without written permission is a felony in most jurisdictions. These tools are presented solely for educational purposes to help red teamers and system admins understand how to defend against these vulnerabilities. Do not be an idiot, do not break the law. Now for the demo you've been waiting for. Let's perform a Wi-Fi Deauth attack. First, we navigate to the Wi-Fi menu and select Wi-Fi attack. Press Enter. Now, instead of choosing a specific target, select the Deauth Flood option. The M5StickC Plus 2 will immediately begin scanning for available Wi-Fi devices in range. Once the scan identifies active signals, the device starts the flood attack, sending deauthentication frames to the surrounding devices. As you can see, my phone is now completely kicked off the internet. It will stay disconnected until I stop the attack on the M5. This is a powerful way to test network deauth vulnerabilities. Now that you've seen how easily this tiny powerhouse can knock devices off a network, let's level up. I'm going to show you how I performed the demo from the start of the video. Bluetooth hacking. Using the Bruce Firmware, we can turn this device into a wireless keyboard that executes malicious commands, also known as a Bad BLE attack. First, we need a payload. This uses DuckyScript, a simple scripting language for keyboard injection. As you can see on my screen, I've written a basic script to open Notepad and type a message. We save this as a .txt file and it's ready to go. To get this file onto the M5Stick, we'll use the Web UI. Navigate to the Files menu on your device and select Web UI. You can use AP mode or connect to your local network. I'll select My Network so I can access it from my computer. Note, if it's your first time, the device will prompt you to enter your Wi-Fi password. In my case, since I've connected to this network before, it remembers my credentials and skips straight to the connection, saving us some time. Once connected, the M5Stick displays an IP address and login credentials, usually admin/Bruce. On the computer, we enter that IP address into the browser. This opens the little FS file manager. Simply click Upload, select our .txt DuckyScript, and it's now stored locally on the device. No cables required. Once you have uploaded your .txt DuckyScript to the little FS manager, follow these steps to perform the attack remotely. On your attacker device, phone or laptop, open a web browser and enter the IP address displayed on the M5Stick. When prompted, enter the default credentials: username, admin, password, Bruce. In the Bruce Web UI menu, look for and select the Navigator option. This opens a live screen mirror of your M5Stack device on your phone. You can now control the device's interface wirelessly over your local network or the M5Stack's own AP. Now for the fun part. Using the Navigator on your phone, navigate the M5Stick menus. Go to the BLE menu and select Bad BLE. Choose the little FS folder and select your uploaded script. Once the target Windows or Android device shows a connected status via Bluetooth, use the Navigator on your phone to press the M5 button. Watch the screen. The M5Stick immediately executes the script. It opens the Run prompt, types notepad.exe, and then types Hello from your M5StickC Plus 2. This is incredibly fast. While this is just a basic Hello World example, it demonstrates how a hacker could use this same method to stealthily steal data or install backdoors in seconds. By using the Navigator, you've successfully turned your phone into a remote trigger for a stealthy red team attack.
Control yourself!
Now, for our final act, let me introduce you to a legend in the underground, Crazy Panda, one of the FBI's most wanted hacker. Today, he isn't looking for a challenge, he's looking for entry. His target? A high-security corporate headquarters. His weapon? This. Notice the boot-up sequence. This isn't your standard Bruce Firmware. As the device springs to life, you see the Crazy Panda custom logo. This is a modified, dark Bruce build themed and tuned specifically for high-speed network infiltration. It's sleek, it's dark, and it's dangerous. Crazy Panda doesn't need to touch a router or climb a fence. He navigates to the Wi-Fi menu and selects Wi-Fi Attack. He moves to Target Attack, and the M5Stack begins to sniff the air, pulling every SSID out of the sky. There it is, the corporate network. He selects the target and chooses the most lethal option, deauth plus clone plus verify. Crazy Panda selects the default HTML portal. He sets the gateway IP to 172.0.0.1 and hits Enter. Suddenly, the attack begins. The M5Stack sends a flood of deauthentication frames. In an instant, every laptop and smartphone in the office is kicked off the Wi-Fi. Silence falls over the office as the connection lost icons appear. From the employee's perspective, they see a familiar network name reappear. They connect, and immediately a professional-looking window pops up. It's the default portal, but it looks like a legitimate system alert. Router firmware update required. Enter your Wi-Fi password to update. The employee, frustrated by the sudden disconnect, doesn't think twice. They need to get back to work. They start typing. But in their haste, they make a mistake. They enter an incorrect password and hit update. Now watch the M5StickC screen. Because Panda is running the Verify protocol, the device doesn't just take the text and quit. It's cross-referencing that input with the network handshake in real time. On the tiny display, you see it. Valid status, false. Back on the employee's device, the portal doesn't crash. It simply refreshes, politely asking them to enter the password again. To the employee, it's just a typo. To Panda, it's the sound of the trap resetting. The employee slows down. This time, they carefully type the correct password and hit enter. Look at the M5StickC now. The verification clears instantly. Valid status? True. And here is the beauty of the Dark Bruce build. The second the correct key is captured, the device automatically kills the attack. You can see it right there. Deauth is off. On the employee's device, the portal vanishes. Since the M5StickC has stopped the Deauth attack, their device automatically reconnects to the original office network without any suspicion or incorrect password errors. The employee thinks the update finished and they're back online. To retrieve the captured credentials, Crazy Panda uses his computer to access the Bruce web UI, following the same connection steps demonstrated earlier. Once the web UI main page is opened in his browser, he navigates to the folder named Bruce Evil Creds. Inside this folder, he locates the captured credential file titled evilcorp_creds.csv. Upon clicking the file, it reveals the full log of the attack, showing both the incorrect password the employee first typed and the correct password that passed the real-time verification. They have no idea that Crazy Panda just walked away with the verified keys to their entire kingdom. The perimeter hasn't just been breached, it's been ghosted. No cracking, no brute force, no waiting weeks for a handshake to decrypt. The password is mine, the perimeter is breached. With those credentials, I'm no longer outside the building, I'm inside the internal network, ready to pivot, escalate, and compromise every server they own. This isn't just a toy. In the right hands, it's a skeleton key for the digital world. The game was over before they even knew it started. If you want to see more deep dives into the Bruce firmware, or if you want me to release the Crazy Panda Dark Bruce assets, let me know in the comments below. Smash that like button if you learned something new today, hit that subscribe button, and ring the bell so you don't miss my next video. I'm Crazy Panda, and this has been your look inside the pocket-sized world of red teaming. Stay curious, stay ethical, and I'll see you in the next one.